And here we have a big warm blood who puts his head up in the air, something chronic, when you go to worm him, and makes it very difficult, especially for people smaller than I. And so making sure that you've got a neck strap on during the initial try with this, and the ball clip rope, not the natural horsemanship one. But later though, I will use a thick halter on him, and not a neck strap, once I know the danger's passed and I want to tune him up to properly put his head down and give the pressure, because the neck strap in this situation to these evasive types actually makes it easier for them to burst through the pressure and to not give. But it's all about responsibility and horsemanship, the art of reading the future with risk management in mind, first of all. Good boy, open up. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, step. Whoa. Good boy, lovely boy. Put your hand through there, would you? And you know why? Unless you want to go sailing with the horse if he suddenly went off. This time I'll put a double knot in it. And start again. Which is about worming the unwormable and the value of horses that tie up or can be rehabilitated to tie up. Now this particular mare is highly difficult to worm. She's even expecting it now. I think she thinks she can read our mind, and so we'll try and worm her and try and improve her tying up at the same time. Good girl. Okay, come over here. We have here a big, strong, powerful souvenir bloodline mare that has got a bit too cagey to worm. And this morning she smashed one of Horseland's substandard rope halters clean in half, and then opened up a clip on the next lead rope, and so she's had 2 victories this morning. Now victories are very bad, and this is why substandard products can cause bad training results and to compound problems that horses have going forward. And when I produce a wormer, she's likely to pull back. But these horses that you can't worm, horses that tie up, you can do everything with, and you can look after from a veterinary point of view, from whether it be injuries or whatever they may need to save their lives, and indeed worming, because there's no point feeding pellets in feed, because that doesn't even look at worms. So they've got to be wormed. Now if I produce this worm, you can see since last time the head's down, she knows I'm talking about her. Did you see that? They're always reading our minds. See that? See that? Thanking us. Listen to your horses, because they're always listening to us, aren't they? Yes, they are. You're lovely girl, eh? Notice also that the horse is far better behaved than when it came here, and as I told you back then, broken in by Johnny boys, and of course they aren't well behaved because they don't get the full suite of the Australian horsemanship techniques and systems, with people scattering for their lives because the choo-choo train came past and they were all on their all tied up to twine, of course, which is another way that another direct indicator of poorly broken in horses, horses that are tied to twine. Good girl. She's a good girl. Yes, she is. She's a good girl. Yeah, don't throw your head in the air. Won't work. Good girl. She's a good girl. Yes, she is. A few more scoops of sand did the trick. The owner is in the process of clipping him and has got so far, and of course can't clip the rest of him, which is not unusual. And but she also can't put a twitch on him. Now, the management of horses is a lot about facilities as well as horsemanship. But if you haven't got the facilities, it makes it a lot harder to achieve. But the putting of a twitch on is often just simply a strength factor exercise. The young lass has tried for a couple of minutes and he hides his head and does the evasion trick. And of course, horses learn this by evading in the first place and by getting away with it, like most things that we call vices, which really aren't, they're induced things by humans. But they're caused by the horse getting away with it in the first place, and that is normally caused by either a lack of horsemanship and knowledge or a lack of facilities to be able to keep people and horses safe when they're at their most resistant. Good boy. So once again, horses that are trained to the range of leg restraints, even though this one's not fully trained, but he has had the standard bred racing industry hobbles, etc. on him, they know not to fight, and they are therefore protected throughout their life in many ways, including getting their legs ripped off in fences, as I often say and show you photos. And this is just another classic example that this horse will allow his leg to be pulled up to this tie-up rail and won't pull back and fight madly like most horses will. And that gives you many more options, even though he's worried, in your management of your horses throughout their life.